All right, so we're gonna do ICM training and how we get paid. So like I was saying for Jasmine and Laura and you guys that are new agents, I emailed you the guide to growth. So how you get paid, this is your instruction guide. This, if you ever wonder how your contract works, it's all right here for independent agents. If you want to become a supervising manager, when you get promoted, or if you want to be a SA in the next couple months, then I suggest you guys get to know the supervising agent contract. So it's the same exact thing as the agent, except it shows what your new override will be. So I'm going to hit on both of these. And then I emailed you agency director. So like for Terry and Diana and Craig, you guys can take a look at how, an AD gets paid, so I'm going to kind of walk through the basics. But first and foremost is everybody signed up for the ICM. Have you been signed up with the ICM? Jasmine, you have? Okay, so you know how to log into it. Okay, so we'll get you signed up for the ICM, but this is how you'll see your paychecks every single week. So just some key things that you need to know about. One, business cutoff on Monday. So you want to try to submit your business as early as possible. When you're a part of a team, a lot of times we wait till Monday just to kind of, figure out exactly what business we have and if we're training new people and who is involved in the enrollments and everything else. But let's say you write the business and you want to upload, you want to make sure you upload before 3 p.m. on Monday. Okay. I did have an agent once upload at like 4 p.m., had no idea, and then it's too late. Okay, so upload by 3 p.m. Deanne has till 3:30. She's our quality manager, so she's going to inspect your business and make sure there's no red flags. Like you wrote somebody a group term that's insulin diabetic. Well, they're going to go ALX. So we don't want to send that business down. You get a COD and it causes a bunch of issues. We don't want to send down, a $50,000 critical or cash cancer policy if they already have a cancer endurance, because it's going to get declined because they're maxed out on the amount of coverage. So she checks all the business before sending it down, and she has to send it down before 3:30. Okay. So don't get in the habit of uploading at 3 p.m. because the later you do it, if she runs out of time, your business isn't going to get sent to home office. Okay. But when it is submitted to home office, when you wake up on Tuesday morning, you can log into your ICM and you should be able to see what you're going to receive as far as a paycheck on that Thursday. And I want to encourage you guys to check your ICM every single Tuesday morning. Okay. The best way to make sure there's checks and balances with what actually gets issued, when you have your e-app on your computer and you're about to upload your business on Monday, what I would recommend is take a picture of your upload screen and every single policy. So if you have a whole bunch of policies, you might have to scroll up, take a picture, scroll up, take a picture, but that way you have record of, because it shows every single application. So it'll show the no cost policies. It'll show accident protector max, group term, what the deduction amount is, how much AP it is, and who, if you're a manager, who it's assigned to. And then you can check that with your ICM to make sure you're getting paid correctly. Home office does make mistakes. Now I would say 90% of the time it's accurate, but there's always going to be weird situations. You want to get to know your ICM and inspect, you're getting paid correctly on every single policy. Now the percentages, I don't ever find, the percentages of what you're supposed to get paid are usually always correct. It's just sometimes a policy might not be on your ICM that you wrote and turned in, so you're not getting paid on it. You want to find out why. And if you catch it early enough on a Tuesday, they can usually manually correct it by Thursday. Okay. I have no idea what ICM stands for. But it's basically your pay stub. Okay. So I'm gonna pass out. I made some mock ICM. Craig, can you run real quick and grab what I just printed? And I'm gonna walk you through what you're looking at, but I basically have snapshots of like just examples of the ICM, and then I'm going to walk you through what you're looking at. And then we'll dig into the guide to growth and the percentages, okay? If you're taking notes with the ICM, two things I would always click on. The first thing, you want to check the home screen, which I'll show you here in a second, but then always check your commission account. Okay, so if you want to write that down, okay, you always want to check your commission account, and I'll show you where you'll click on the ICM to figure that out. Okay. Your commission account will tell you what policies get issued and if there's been any chargebacks. Yeah, if you don't mind. And there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 pages. Yeah. The first page I want you guys to, there's 2 pages that they're passing out that have the pie graph, the circles. So pull those out first. Does everybody have those too? Okay. Okay. And look at the one that says total payout for 2,000. And the other one is a total payout for 3,300. Okay. So for Jasmine, for anybody that's new, in their first 6 months, this is going to be a little bit closer what your ICM will look like. Pie graph is really cool. You can kind of see the direct pay percentage. So it'll say like how much of that pie graph was your direct pay, shows how much of that of your payout was for bonus, and then how much for your commission account. Okay. Once you're here at least a year, starting your 13th month, if you look at the other pie graph, you'll see renewals in there. Because remember, after your 13th month, you'll start receiving renewals every single paycheck from policies that you wrote that time last year. That's the beauty of what we do, okay? And I know Javier was up here talking, and it is such a true statement. This is not a get rich quick. This is a way to build wealth. So the contract that you guys have, which is in this guide to growth, are lifetime renewals. So you get paid the renewal on those policies that you write every single month that they pay on that policy. You're going to receive a renewal for the lifetime of those policies, and it starts to compound. So it's awesome because once you're here starting your 13th month, you'll start to see your renewals. And then what's great is if you know, like let's say last year you had an awesome year, then get excited because then your renewals are going to multiply. So you're basically guaranteeing yourself you're going to get a raise every single year because your renewals are going to increase. So that's exciting. Back to the pie graph that does not have the renewals, that says total payout for 2,000. Payout summary, you'll see renewal commissions, bonus, commission account, and direct pay. Okay, right here, Laura and Jasmine. Okay. In your ICM on the computer, you can actually click these. So let's say you want to see what renewals you are actually paying you. You can click that and it'll tell you, Bob Smith from 2017, you're receiving this percentage of renewal. And you'll see every single policy. How cool is that? Okay, by clicking on that link. If you click on the bonus, it'll open up and it'll show you how much AP that you're getting bonused on. So let's talk about bonus. And I want you guys that are new to make sure you take notes. And I'm going to make this interactive just to make sure I'm just not talking your ear off the whole time. For the Jasmine and Laura, how much AP do you need to turn in to hit bonus? How much annual premium do you have to turn in to hit bonus? 1,300, yeah. Yeah, so 1,300, so make sure you write that down, okay? The first time that you submit 1,300, you get a 5% bonus on your net annual premium, okay? The second week it's 10%, third week is 15, fourth week on, every time you hit 1,300, you get 20% bonus. So what we say is once you get to 20%, you want to make sure you're living that 20% bonus lifestyle. Because think about it, if you submit 2,000 AP, if you're only at 10% bonus, right, that's only $200. If you're at 20%, that's $400 weekly bonus that you're getting on 2,000 AP. So it's pretty nice. But it takes you 4 weeks to build up to that, okay? Yes, in a row. If you miss a week, let's say for whatever reason you don't hit bonus, you'll go down one level. So if you're at 20%, you miss it, you'll go back down to 15. And then if you hit it again, you'll go back to 20. Let's say you're at 15%, you miss it, you go back down to 10, and then you can hit it again, go to 15 and then 20. Okay, but the goal is to live that 20% bonus lifestyle. But if you click that button in your ICM, you can see how much AP you're getting bonused on in the percentage. Now, one key thing that new people, it takes them forever to understand, you get that percentage on net AP for life. So like, let's say you're at 20%, you get 20% of $2,000 annual premium if it's life. If it's 2,000 in health, it's a different story. And this always surprises people. And I'm going to show you in the guide to growth. If it's health benefits like the Accident Protector Max, critical illness, cash cancer, cancer endurance, intensive care, then then you get bonus whatever percentage from 20% of the annual premium. So if it's 2,000 of health, then they'll take $400 and then you get 20% of that. Okay, so it's just something to know. You get bonused on the full percentage on life. So it's basically the company's incentivizing you to write life premium. Okay. But you can see that in that bonus. So if you're ever like, my bonus doesn't seem right, you can click on that and you can see, oh, okay, well, that's because I submitted 2,000 health, not 2,000 life. Okay. The next one down is the commission account. Okay. That's one every single Tuesday. I would highly, highly recommend that you click on that. But the commission account can trick you. If you write individual business, somebody on bank draft, because this happened to me a lot. I look in my commission account, what the heck, I'm not getting paid. You are getting paid. It's just the commission account is issued business. Group term, like if you write a 30-year-old group term, if they're 50 and younger, there's no QAC call. There's really very little underwriting. You submit group term to somebody under 50, it's going to get issued. You'll see it in your commission account issued right away. Or like the Accident Protector Max, or it'll issue right away. But on the individual side, every individual person that you write has to complete a quality call. So you'll get paid on it, but you won't see it in your commission account yet because it hasn't issued. So your commission account is all your issued business where they're, okay, we're good, we're mailing them a policy. Okay, so you want to check your commission account, and then you want to check your direct pay, which is right underneath that. And basically you just click those links, it'll open it up. And you'll see, and that direct pay should be what you take your screenshots of your uploaded business and make sure that it all matches, okay? On the right-hand side, okay? And it says calendar details, that'll have some dates. Bonus threshold, this is an old bonus because it says 1,250, but hitting bonus is 1,300. So you can, that's where it says, you guys see that where it says 1,250? That's because last year it was 1,250. This year it's 1,300. So it'll say 1,300 when you log into the ICM. Gross is how much annual premium did you submit? So this person submitted 3,300 of premium. Did they hit bonus? Yes. If it was under 1,300, it'll say no. Okay. And then the bonus schedule. If you wonder what percentage you're at, it says last week bonus percent, 20%. Current bonus, 20%. So this person's living the 20% bonus lifestyle. Underneath that, DCN or persistency. So this is another thing I want you guys to make sure you write down. In your first 7 months in the business, you're judged on your DCN. So I'm going to quiz you guys. Do you guys know what DCN stands for? Okay, so let's write this down. It stands for decline, cancels, and not takens. Okay, and it's anything that wouldn't cause a policy to get issued. Okay, so it's everything before a policy gets issued. And I know this is probably just going to go over your head until I like start talking about persistency. But if you submit let's say you submit a cancer endurance, or no, let's say a policyholder has the cancer endurance and you submit a cash cancer policy for $50,000 and it gets declined, that's going to affect your DCN. Okay, let's say you write a group term to 100 and you submit it, but they have buyer's remorse and they call home office and they say, hey, I want to cancel that policy before it gets issued. That'll be under canceled. Okay, let's say you submit a group term to 100 policy and they are insulin diabetic and it gets switched to ALX, and they don't want that ALX policy because they thought they were getting group term. That's going to be a not taken. Okay, so this is giving the percentage of all the business that you write, how much either gets declined, canceled, or not taken. So this example, this person, 6% of their business, basically 6% is bad business. Okay, which is actually really good. If it's under 10%, guys, just use that as a rule. If you're over 10%, you're writing some bad business, okay? But if you're under 10%, you're doing pretty good, okay? Because there's always going to be those weird things that fall off, unusual situations, the buyer's remorse, you know, it's going to happen. We can't prevent that at 100%. But what's awesome, and this is, I want to get you guys excited, not only for renewals and the way our bonus structure is, but also if you write good business, they're going to increase your bonus. So if you look next to 6%, it says bonus multiplier, you'll see 1.1. That means that this person gets another 10. So whatever their bonus is, it gets multiplied by 1.1, which means they basically get another 10% of their bonus. So if their bonus is $400, they get another $40 just because they write good business. How awesome is that? So that bonus multiplier will always be right there. And I'll kind of go over that here in a second. Underneath that is commission account. That blacked out line is the agent number. You can also, that in your ICM, that's actually a link. You can click on that to get to your commission account, but you can also click down here to get there. Either one takes you to the same place. Start of week balance is how much is in that commission account. So let me explain your commission account to you, okay? So whatever business that you write, so let's just use $2,000 of annual premium. You get advanced 60% of that, right? If it's all life insurance, okay? And we'll get over the percentages here in a second. But the company will only advance you 60% of your contract up front that very next paycheck. That other 40%, what I like to say, goes into a back-end savings account and it builds value. So that's what this commission account is. It's going to build. Once it's over $3,000, you start to receive a draw. So in that pie chart, you'll see commission account for $516. That's just a base pay now, because once that commission account's over $3,000, so when you guys log into ICM, you can see what's in your commission account. When it's over $3,000, you're going to receive a 4% draw every single week. They'll pay that back to you. Okay. If it's over $4,000, it's 5%. If it's over $6,000, it's a 6% draw. Okay. And then 5,000 above is 6%. Okay. That's because this, oh, it's 4,600. Okay, I take that back. Sorry. So over 3,000 is 4%, 4,000 6%, over 5,000 8%. 8% is the most it'll draw out to you. Okay. So start of week balance is 5,900. That's just sitting. That's that back end savings account has over $5,000. That's your money. Okay, but it's sitting there because if business gets canceled, not taken, or declined, and the company's advanced you on that, they're advancing you on that person paying for the entire year, right? Technically, you owe the company money now. So let's say it's $1,000. Well, you don't want to be expecting, hey, I'm getting $2,000, and all of a sudden you see a big negative $1,000, right? You never have to worry about that, because what the company will do is they'll take it out of that back end savings account. So you never really, it's protected. It's just money's going to go in there. You're putting money in there every single week from your 40%, and then you're getting a draw out. And then if anything falls off, it's coming out of there. Okay, but you want to monitor. That's why I said every Tuesday morning, you want to monitor that what's going on in your commission account, because that's your money. You just want to make sure that there's no mistakes. And I'm going to kind of go over some things, you know, keep an eye out for. But you'll see start of the week was 5,980. End of the week is 5,935. So she got paid, whoever this is got paid $516, but because she put money back in there, so the end of the week balance for the next coming week is 5,935. Okay. Now let's say you took a big hit, like let's say you lost $1,000 annual premium. You'll see that go from 5,980 to 4,980. You'll see that there. Okay. And then down at the bottom, the commissionable premium trend. The top of that is issued business. So like the dark square, and I know this isn't a great copy, but, and then underneath it is chargebacks. Okay. I will tell you guys, really don't look at that chart much. Don't take much, like, don't be like, oh my gosh, it's, this doesn't look right. I really don't even really, I do look at it, but I don't really take into account that, because it's not giving you that much detail. Okay. I just want you guys to know what that means. Okay. So when you're in your ICM, let's pretend you click on your commission account details. So when you click, that's these next two pages that look like this. Okay. And this is all supposed to be one commission account. Okay. You'll see the payout summary. Okay. Manual reinstatement bonus. If you, let's say you had a franchise, they didn't pay their bill for 3 months, and that franchise is in reinstatement status, and then you get them to pay all those months back, you'll get a bonus of $500. And that'll show there if you do that. Okay. Renewal commissions, you'll see this person got paid $49 in their renewals. Bonus, commission account, direct pay, and then the total. So it's just that summary payout. And then underneath, you'll see commission account details. And you'll see like the agent number, agent name, policy number, issued first name, last name, franchise number, and then transaction type. I want everybody to look at transaction type, because this is important. I'm going to go over what this means. Okay. You'll see right underneath transaction type, revivals and reinstatements. Do you see that there? That's basically the example I just said. A franchise fell off, like a franchise didn't pay their bill, and then we got all the money. You're going to get charged back. The company will charge back a policy after, if it's not paid on for 39 days. Okay, so if you write a policy and it's not paid from the effective date 39 days, you'll get charged back. But then let's say you get that money and send it in, then you'll see it as a revival and reinstatement. Okay. Underneath those 3 revivals and reinstatements, you'll see issued. Those are just, you sent in a policy, it got issued. Okay. How did it get issued? Mode, payroll deduction, pretty self-explanatory. If it's bank draft, it'll say bank draft. Next one is your plan code. So that's the type of policy that was written. So like that revival and reinstatement, HAL. For you guys that are new, you'll eventually memorize all the codes. Like that's an accident protector max. But there is a plan code cheat sheet. Okay. And like underneath HAL is anything with a 1 is whole life. So those are career life policies. 5MB is critical illness. Like eventually there's only so many, you'll memorize them all. But in the meantime, on your desktop, you should save that plan code cheat sheet. So like uplines, send it down to your, your people so they have that. But that way you can kind of see what type of policy it is. And then if you look right next to it, it says plan description. So I guess it does tell you there on the ICM. So accident protector, commissionable premium, you'll see $300. You guys see that there? That's your annual premium. The commission rate for an accident protector max is 35%. Right underneath it, remember how I said you're at a 60% contract for life? Because that's the one underneath accident protector max is career life. So 60% percentage that you get paid is 60%. So 40% of that's going to go into your commission account is like on that career life plus is $49.42. The direct pay is $49.40. So you can see what you're getting paid percentage on every policy all the way down. Okay. And then go to the next page. Oh, and I guess I'm missing. Okay, the next page are chargebacks. This is the main thing I want you guys to monitor. Like when I go into my commission account, the chargebacks is like a big deal. Okay. We always say, obviously this is a way to build wealth over time. It's not what you write, it's what you keep, right? So chargebacks is a big deal. Okay. That means that home office hasn't received their money, so you actually owe that money back. So they're going to take that money out of your commission account. So you can see like agent name, policy number, insured's first name, last name, franchise number, transaction type, mode, chart. See how these are all chargebacks? Plan code, these are all payroll deduction ones. Plan description, commissionable premium, and then if you look, commission rate, that's the AP, percentage charge, that's basically your, like if you see the 12%, for example, that's because this is a manager's, that's their override. But if you look down, you'll see 60%, that would be more something that was directly coded to them. But see where it says direct pay amount, there's a negative. That means that they're taking that money out of your commission account. So basically what I'm saying here, you don't have to panic. When you see something charged back, don't be like, oh my gosh, all this stuff's charging back. Oh my gosh. Just look at who it is, look at the franchise number, and then basically that's your job to reach out and figure out what's going on. And it's actually a lot easier than it seems because you're like, man, on this page, there's like 20, okay? This is a manager, so this is chargebacks for everybody on their team, okay? When it's just you guys, you might have one or two, okay? But you wanna look at the franchise number because a lot of times it's just the franchise, so it's easy. You can get 50 people fixed by calling the franchise being like, hey, did you get your invoice? Oh, you didn't receive your invoice? Oh, okay, let me email it to you. Can you get me the check number when you send that payment in? I send it to home office, they'll reverse it, then that'll go back into your commission account as revivals and reinstatement, okay? So, but if it's, it also will charge back if, let's say somebody takes a policyholder off of payroll deduction, so they get their invoice and they say, oh, we fired this person, or this person retired, so permanently remove them. It's not going to get charged back right away when they do that, but if we don't switch them to bank draft, and let's say we can't get a hold of them, home office sends them an invoice. If they don't pay that invoice, it's eventually going to charge back. Not completely, it depends on how many months they've paid in. So keep in mind, you're advanced 60% of that annual premium, and it ends up being like they have to pay on it, I think 7 months, for it to equate to the 60%. So what's great is if they pay, if you can get the policyholder to pay any part of that 7 months, it's going to help the amount because they actually did pay on some of it. So if you look at commission amount at the top, it's the third one from the right, okay? You'll see the direct pay amount and then commission amount. You see that there? And it says percentage 100%. And then underneath it, you see 20%, 20, 20, 20, and then 80, 80, 10, 10, 20, 20. Okay, you guys see that there? That's really important. The ones you really want to be all like on fire about right away are the 100%, because that means that they didn't pay on that policy at all. So if you're going to prioritize what's in your commission account, look at the 100% first and be like, oh, they didn't pay anything, so let me get with those people. But like the person that paid like the 20%, they paid on that for a while. So it's only taking out $2 that I owe the company from what they didn't pay. Okay, so that's not that big of a deal. The 100% is, because that's a bigger chunk, right? So the point is, when you look at this, if you do have quite a few, just prioritize it like 100% first, and then work on the other ones, and then look at the franchise number and fix it through the franchise. Okay. And usually I just look, and if I see that there's a whole bunch from the same franchise, then I go into Epic, put in the franchise, and once I find out the franchise, then I look at the paid due dates. Oh, what the heck? They haven't paid their bill in 3 months. Call the franchise, you know, oh yeah, I totally forgot to pay you guys. I can get a check out today. Perfect. Can I get that? Anytime you call the franchise, just make sure you get the check number, check amount, and the date that they sent it. In any business, they keep records of that stuff. It's very easy. Okay. And anytime that you call your franchises, like the ones that have billing issues, I actually have the best relationships with. I know that sounds really weird, but it's because I call them all the time. And I email, so I talk to them all the time. So I'm like, oh, hey, it's one day closer to Friday. What do you got planned for the week? Every time I call, I build rapport. So then they like me, and then they know I'm on top of my stuff. As I have a handful of franchises that I literally email their invoices because the mail is all messed up, and they won't go to online billing. And it's like, but I talk to them all the time, and it's like, it actually helps the relationship. And it's not that they don't want to pay, it's usually that the mail is messed up, and it's like, so long story short, like the commission account stuff, I know when you're new and you start to see stuff fall off, it can give you anxiety, but like I've been doing it a long time, and it helps with the relationship. It really does. And like I said, you can build rapport and then find out, and you'll start to get people's patterns, you know, like the payroll people, their patterns, and like you'll just get to know them a lot better. Okay, because we always say, like, really with your franchises, you want to at least touch base with them ideally every 90 days. I know that doesn't really happen as often as we'd like, but you know, you really want to touch base with them, not just when you're enrolling them. You want to touch base with them just to say hi. And I actually have a video I'm going to share with the whole agency on Monday about this. And it's funny, but you guys will get a kick out of it. But it's that on that point of like, just, you know, building that relationship with your franchise and being friendly, not just trying to get something out of them every time you call, if that makes any sense. But long story short, so chargebacks, they're important, but prioritize, okay? But that's why that commission account is so important. Any questions on the commission account stuff so far? Okay. So let's dig into the guide to growth, okay? Save this to your desktop if you haven't already. It doesn't have to be right now, but we're going to go over the independent agent one, okay? And I'm not going to go, I'm just going to highlight just a very few things in here, okay? Go ahead and go to page 3. And you'll see the table of contents, pretty self-explanatory. You'll see, so like item 1 is your commission account, credits, charges, payments from the commission account, lump sum withdrawals, like anything you want to know would be under that. First year and renewal commissions, commission rules, assigning commissions, all that's in that section. Reinstatement program, if you want to, like, let's say you have to reinstate, if you have questions about how that works, that's in there. Basically with reinstatement, guys, if you reinstate, if you get all back premiums, you get a 25% bonus on the annual premium to motivate you to get those back premiums, okay? Personal recruiting compensation, here's your bonus. Item 5 is your bonus, calculation of bonus, which I just kind of explained to you guys. CODs, payment of bonus, it's all in there. holidays, minimum requirements. Okay, let's see. Go to, let's see. All right, so where we're going to turn to is, and let me make sure this is right. All right, let's go to, just real quick, since I was talking about the bonus. So go to item 5. Okay. Or it's section 5, part A. Bonus. It's, yeah, okay. No, I'm looking at page 9, actually. Oh, there you go, Diana. Okay, so you see the bonus percentage, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. We just talked about that. And then here's some examples, and it basically tells you you drop down 1 level. Go to page 10. It is?
Because he has his scroll on, yeah. We're looking at bonus schedule, executive gross.
And then so we kind of talked about this, but that's where it's at in your guide to growth. Now go to page 10. And here's the bonus multipliers. This is persistency. Okay, on page 8 is DCN, which is what you guys would be. So scroll back up to let me cover DCN real quick. Okay, right there. Okay, bonus DCN multiplier. So this is motivating you to write good business. So you can kind of see if your DCN is only 1%, then you get a 1.2, basically you get another 20% of whatever bonus level you're at, okay? If you're at 4%, it's 10%. Like the example I gave you guys was at 6, so it's 1.1. But basically, if you're over, as long as you keep it under 10%, you're gonna get your bonus and then some, okay? But if you see if your DCM percentage is 10, 11, 12, and 13, you actually will start losing part of your bonus, okay? What's great about our agency, though, we lead and we train you to write good business. I actually don't worry about it. I just follow the rules, okay? I mean, if it's kind of, unless you're purposely trying to write bad business, you know, like as long as you're aware, you'll keep it under 10%. The only time where it can get sticky, so you could have the greatest heart and writing the best business, but if you don't do a good job with your bookkeepers, getting them to start the deductions, giving them the deductions on time, it's just the customer service side. You have to be good at that, because I have seen people who are really good at writing business and they write good business. There's nothing wrong with the business, but if you don't get those deductions to that bookkeeper and she starts it late, and you piss her off because she's like, well, I'm not going to start these now. Well, that's going to affect your DCN. Okay. So you got to, that's why we have the what comes next form after you enroll. So we tell them, hey, this is going to start the first pay period. I'm going to get you the deductions on this date so we can prevent all of that. So, but that kind of tells you your bonus multiplier. Now go back to page 10 and we're going to talk about persistency. So starting your 8th month. Yeah, okay, so DCN bonus calculation during an agent's first 7 months is DCN. Once you're here 8 months, then you're gonna switch to persistency. So DCN is before a policy gets issued, persistency is after it gets issued. It's basically judging you on, okay, you've been here for 8 months now. Let's take a look at the first 4 months that you were in the business. and what's the percentage of your business that actually got issued. So it flips. So that's why DCN is like, the 10%. Now it's going to be, you want to have over 90% of your business get issued. Do you understand how it flipped now? Okay. But what's awesome is if you write good business and the policy issues and they pay on it for at least 4 months, because persistency is judged on 4 months of the business. Okay. If they pay at least 4 months, you're going to have 100% persistency. Okay. If they only pay 2 months, and that's going to start start hurting your percentage. And you can kind of see if you have 100% persistency, you can earn 1.3 of your bonus. So like, let's take that example. If you write 2,000 of life premium at 20% is $400, right? Oops. Yeah, $400. And then you take times 1.3, that means you can earn another $120 in a week from writing good business and having good persistency. So for me, that's awesome. Like I write currently, like my team, for example, I have a 96% persistency. So I'm getting another 25% of my bonus every single week. So that's exciting. And it motivates you to want to keep writing good business. Okay. So that's persistency. Any questions on that so far? Okay. Now let's go to page, they just have to make this confusing. A1. A1. Appendix. So it goes, yeah, page 11, and then right after, okay. Cool, so this tells you your percentage on everything. So if you're in your first year whole life, and whole life, guys, is on the individual side, you're getting a 60%. If you write over 75,000 of whole life, the customer actually gets a break in their premium, but it also affects your commission rate. So if you write $100,000 of whole life, it's cheaper. It's actually cheaper for the client to enroll into 75,000 and $1 than it is to enroll into 50,000 of whole life. It's more expensive to write 50,000 and 70 because it gives them, it's a break. It's just something on the individual side. Just put that in your mind just to see, okay? It's kind of cool. But because the home office does that, you get commissioned 40% if it's over 75,000, okay? Modified life, ALX, we write those, okay? Because the client, we're able to write them because they have health issues, they do pay you differently, so it's 30%, okay? And what's cool here, you can see if you have a broker contract or if you don't. So just look at no broker. ALX, you get paid 30%. If they're over 65, then it's 15%. Career life is 60%. If they're really ages 18 to 70, I didn't know that. It's only 40%. I guess I didn't realize that. Yeah. I guess I just never paid attention. So I'm learning something too. You can see 15 to 30 year group term, that's a big one. Group term, you actually get paid 62.5%, which is awesome. And then you see the 10 renewable convertible term, the ACCB, which is an additional accidental death benefit. You can kind of see the ages. So basically, if you ever wonder and you're in your ICM, you can pull out your guide to growth and be like, did I get paid on that right? How come I got paid only 15% on my ALX benefit? Well, then you click, okay, go into Epic, put the policy number. Oh, he's 70 years old, that's why, right? If you look at here, it says you should only get paid 15%, so that'll explain it, okay? So that's the life benefits. Turn to the next page, A2, and you'll start to see the health benefits. So basically my rule of thumb is you get paid 60% on life and 35% on health. That's going to be the closest average. But there are some stipulations on what policy. So like the accident protector max, if they're under 55, it's 35%. But you can issue that policy up to age 59. So let's say you write a 58-year-old, you're only going to get advanced 21%. Okay, so there's age brackets there. Intensive care protector, you can kind of see that 35%. If it's bank budget, payroll deductions 28%. Then you can kind of see the ages there. Well, it depends on which state. But it's kind of self-explanatory. Cancer, you can kind of see that. Cancer endurance on page A3. They're under 50. Oh, really?
Other states.
Yeah, but that's for bank budget. Payroll deductions 42%. So actually, cancer endurance, you get paid a little bit more than accident protector max, which is kind of interesting. And I actually wonder on the accident protector max in Illinois, because they have the new rates now. I wonder if it's we get paid differently. 30%.
It's 30%, 21. The last one.
And then where's Missouri?
Compared to first block, it's not. So 35 and 21.
Okay, so it's a little bit less. Okay. Okay. So you can kind of see that. And then, I mean, they're all listed in here, but that's just kind of highlighting some of them. Any questions on this? No? Okay, so that's independent agent. Now let's talk about supervising manager. Okay. So go ahead and open up your supervising agent one. It's going to be in the same email. And I want to highlight essay bonus, because that's what you really want to focus on when you're an essay, is how much business your people on your team are writing. You get a bump in your bonus, because now you get a management bonus. Okay. So go ahead and turn to, I think, page 7. Calculation of bonus. So one thing with an essay, as long as you get one new person on your team to bonus every single month, that's going to lock in 20% bonus, regardless of how much. Well, you have to hit bonus, but as long as you hit bonus, you don't have to worry about if you miss a week or not. It locks you into 20% for the entire month. So that's an advantage of being an essay. You don't have to worry about, like, if you write 1,300 and then 800, you don't drop down a level. Once you write 1,300, you'll be at 20% again. Okay, it locks it in for the whole entire month. You still have the same multipliers, DCN, but it changes because now you're at DCN for the first 7 months you're an essay. And then when you're an essay for 8 months, it switches it to your essay persistency. Okay. But go to page 10. This is where I really want to highlight. Okay. Because this is where we want to monitor, you know, the more you get paid for the people on your team submitting business. Okay. That essay bonus on agents. Okay. Because what I love about the structure of the leadership is the better that, like Laura and Jasmine, you have goals, the better if we help lead you and get you to your goals and the kind of money that you want to make for yourself, then that helps us. Okay, so everybody, what's great about this versus like regular corporate America is everybody's intentions are good because they want to help you reach whatever income potential that you have for yourself. So, but the better that I do at training you and make you a self-sufficient agent, the more money that I make. So it's my goal to transfer those skills to you. Because if I'm just doing everything for you all the time and not showing you how to transfer those skills, then I'm still only one person. The goal of being in management is to multiply yourself. And I was explaining this to Diane in the past, but I want to make sure, and I'm sure I explained it to you too, Craig. Like, and this was kind of epiphany. How you build wealth quicker in this business is through management. And here's why, because you could be a top producer like Jason Adams or whoever in the company. But you can, like, when you're one person, you can only write so much by yourself all the time, every single week. Let's say whatever your 100% is, let's say it's $5,000 in annual premium every single week, okay? And that's you know, whatever, working whatever schedule and how is it, that's 5,000, then that's really your income cap, right? But if I'm a good agent and I transfer that skill to Diana, I'm going from 1 to 2. So together now the amount that we can write is 10,000. But if she's on my team, now my income is no longer capped, if that makes any sense. Now, can you go write 20,000 at a company in 1 week or whatever? Yes, you can do that, but if you just get the idea of it, right? Of like consistently every single week. Let's say you're writing 5,000, 5,000, 5,000, 5,000. That's what it is. And yes, you're guaranteed, the opportunity guarantees you a raise through the renewals and stuff like that. That's fine. You can always be a career agent. But if you think bigger, like, okay, if I am good at my job as a leader and I transfer those skills, now I'm multiplying myself, right? So if I make Diana a self-sufficient agent, whatever she writes, because I trained her good and she's on my team, now I'm getting an override, not out of her paycheck. She's going to get her 60% contract, you know, whatever bonus level. But because I trained her, now I get an override. So when you get promoted to an SA, you basically immediately get a 10% in your contract raise. So now when you write life insurance, and we'll get to the percentages here in a second, instead of it being 60% for life, now it's 70%. Okay. But if I'm training Jasmine and I transfer the skills, now when you write a policy, you get your 60%. Now I get a 10% override, even if I'm not even there. But that motivates me because the vision for me is like, yeah, I'm going to work hard. I'm going to sacrifice my time training you, caring about your success, because I know if I make you a self-sufficient agent and I get you to your goals, like, then I'm getting that override. So I have so much incentive to help you get to where you want to be, if that makes any sense. But what's awesome about the supervising contract, and here's the career track, people, you know, you want to get to know this career track, you can be up for that supervising contract within 90 days. So, and I know you guys are, you know, around there, like within your first 90 days. If you want that, you can give yourself a raise. Now, yes, you have to meet criteria to be an SA, but talk to your upline, like, I want to be an SA. What do I need to be an SA? And immediately after 90 days, you're giving yourself a raise. So any business that you write, so let's say that same $2,000 of annual premium, if you're at a 60% contract with a 60% advance, that's $720 without any bonus. Okay, $720. So instead of 700, now you can times it by 0.7, and you still get advanced 60%. So that's $840. So basically, that's $120 in 1 week difference. That's a big jump. But what's awesome is you can get that within 90 days if you want that, you know what I mean? Okay. But the other thing about supervising managers is based off the business that your agents write, you get a management bonus over and above your bonus. So let's say you write $2,000, you get, and you're at 20%, you get the $400. And then if Diana's on my team, because I'm multiplying myself now, okay, and she writes $2,000, we'll say you write 2,400, so I can use the little. So now I get 20% of that. So that's, what is that? $440, 480, right? Because I'm multiplying myself. So if I'm one person, and like this, to me, this gets me excited. Like it gets, because when you have a team too, I'll tell you this, when your alarm goes off and you have a prospecting day and your alarm goes off, you have more purpose. But we always talk about finding your why and like, you know, like for me, I have two little girls. You guys know I have a 2.5-year-old, I have a 5-month-old at home. Like when my alarm goes off, like I want a lifestyle for them. Like I want them to see me as a strong mom, you know, able to have a career and be a mom and, you know, do these things. Like I want them to see that. So when my alarm goes off, I've got a lot of purpose with my girls, but I'll tell you, it's different when you have a team depending on you. Like if like when me and like Diana's meeting up with me and I'm meeting up with Craig and I've got to drive when Craig was new, because he lives out in Mount Vernon, that's an hour. Well, no, you live in Centralia, but we were meeting in Mount Vernon. But basically it's an hour and 15 minutes and we met at 8 a.m. So I had to leave my house at 6:45, but then I still got to get myself dressed and ready. So we all know, you know, that's another 45 minutes to an hour or whatever, so I can drink my coffee, pack my lunch, you know, but like when your alarm goes off, yeah, that stinks when it's early like that, but it's different when you have somebody that's depending on you. It gives you more purpose. And when you guys are out with your people on your team, like for me, it's fun, you know, like that we always joke, like Diana, when we go out, like we have fun out in the field. Like it's just fun when you have the dynamic of multiple people. Like I know you guys are having fun working together, you know, out there. And I love when you were like, you know, Derek's out with me, like, you know, like it's fun when people are with you. So when you do move up and you have a team depending on you, even if it's one person, it does change the dynamic of like the purpose behind this. But what's awesome is like that example I just gave. So I write 2,000, I'm at 20%, I get $400 and just bonus alone. Now she writes 20, that's another $480. Just your bonus alone is $880. That's exciting, right? So if you look at the essay bonus on agents, if that agent hits bonus from 1,300 to basically 1,700, you get 5%, okay? If they're over 1,700, then it's 15%. And if they're over 2,200, it's 20%. And the reason the company does that for supervising managers is it's incentivizing you to make sure that the agents that are on your team are getting a good paycheck, right? Because if you only submit 1,300 as a new agent, right? 13, so if you get 60%, let's just pretend it's all life for easy math. So 1,300 times 0.6 times 0.6 is $468 versus if they submit 1,700 is 612, so it's a better paycheck. Okay, now if it's 2,200, that's $792. I mean, that's hundreds of dollars different. So it's incentivizing the essay. Make sure your people are getting good paychecks, because if they get a good paycheck, obviously it's helping them, but also you're going to get that 20% bonus. So that's why the company does it. Okay. Any questions on that? No? But it's just so cool because like that management bonus that you get too, like let's say that $480, if you look above, it says bonus persistency. Let's say you're at 99%. So now that example, so 400 plus 480 is $880. And if I times that by 1.3, you just went from $880 to $1,144. So by writing good business, you're getting another $264 in 1 week. I mean, we're talking about 1 week, right? So, and I know that's kind of maxing it out, but that's the potential of these contracts. And that's just talking about getting, you know, like that's one person multiplying myself to one person, getting them to 2,200, right? And even if you think about it, like, I always like to think, okay, what's the maximum opportunity? Because again, that's just one person, but you know, let's say I just get you to hit that once or twice a month. You know what I mean? That's an extra $1,000 per month and just bonus from training somebody the right way. That makes sense. Then if you have 2 people on your team or 5 people, right? You can kind of think of the opportunity from there. Okay. Any questions on any of this? But that's pretty much all I wanted to cover, because I know we started a little bit late, but I wanted to keep it at about an hour. But make sure you get signed in on ICM. So again, business needs submitted to Deanne by 3 o'clock. She has till 3:30 Tuesday morning, the ICM updates. But a mistake people make, and I just want to end with this in case, if you don't check it on Tuesday morning, and let's say you check it on Wednesday morning, you're going to freak yourself out because it's going to show the next week. So then you'll say, wait a minute, I submitted business, but it's only showing I'm getting paid I'm getting paid $100. Well, that might be your like commission account or renewals or whatever, but you haven't submitted any business yet for that week. So at the top, which Diana is doing it on Zoom, but I can't, well, okay. If you go back to the pie chart, you can kind of see select period. So you can select the date and then you can select, a different date. So, to whatever date you want to see. Okay. Any questions? I think that's it. No? You sure? Okay, well, that's it. That's how we get paid. Just, you have to register for ICM. When you go, you have to send your email and then they'll email you. But I would do that today. Make sure you get set up.